Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. As always, when you leave a like, when you leave a comment or multiple comments, or when you click the little subscribe button, it does help out the channel immensely and my algorithm. It actually makes me rise higher in the algorithm so more people can see me. Isn't that cool? Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. American investment firm Van Eck believes that Bitcoin has doubled the upside of gold and could be worth as much as $4.8 million per coin if it becomes the global reserve asset. That's a gigantic if, of course, and Van Eck thinks the Chinese yuan is a more likely contender. The loftily assessment for Bitcoin came in a Thursday Insights piece written by Van Eck's head of active EM, debt Eric Fine, and chief economist Natalia Gurushina, which is an incredibly cool name, who attempted to compare the price implications for gold and Bitcoin if either were to be adopted as the backing for the global currency regimes. Van Eck's analysis found that the implied price for Bitcoin ranged from $1.3 million to $4.8 million per coin. The lower prediction was based on Bitcoin as a monetary base, which investment database Investopedia says includes all circulating supplies of a currency and bank deposits, but is not a common marker for economists to look at. There's a little tweet right there. The higher prediction came from the more common M2 assessment, which Investopedia considers to be a measure of the money supply that includes all bank deposits with a currency and its ability to be converted into cash. They said also as well, if gold is once again readopted by countries, it would have a price anywhere from $31,000 per ounce to around $105,000 per ounce of gold. What a time to be alive. For those of you who did not see or were not, this is 2013, 2014 we're talking about. One of the really interesting things that got me into Bitcoin, or more so into the cryptocurrency space, but it was mainly Bitcoin at that point, was a lot of people were kind of predicting that Bitcoin was going to hit $1 million. I think the craziest number ever was, from the guy who made Bcash. Michael Jackson, I don't remember what his name is anymore. He said that he believed, and a couple of other people as well, that Bitcoin would go to $100 million. And the idea was not so much not the monetary base, not the M1, not the M2 money supply. It was the idea that eventually everything would collapse and kind of just fall into Bitcoin. So i.e. the US dollar would be swept aside, Bitcoin would be the new US dollar, but then at some point Bitcoin would kind of eat the euro and eat all the pesos and then eat the yuan and eat every other currency, and then people would go, well, Bitcoin has done extremely well over the last 10 years. All forms of debt would then become Bitcoin, would be based in Bitcoin, and basically the idea would be that Bitcoin would be it. That's kind of the major idea, that anything that has value would be denominated in Bitcoin, and there would be no other, if that kind of makes any sense. I do find these things to be very... of course, the speculative isn't even the word. If we're talking about a world where Bitcoin is at $4.8 million per coin, we're also talking about a world where if you are holding Bitcoin, then you have money. If you don't have any Bitcoin, well, then gosh darn it, you have absolutely nothing. Also talking about the trillionaire scenario. So no one really knows. I think things like this are a little bit more fun, if anything. If Bitcoin ends up going to $1 million per coin, just assume that other world currencies are kind of next because, sky's the limit at that point. Anyway, That's the Van Eck analysts believe that gold is either, if things continue to be like garbage, gold might hit $100,000 and Bitcoin might hit $4.8 million without even absorbing the rest of the world. That's the Van Eck Bitcoin news. This guy's holding two boxes with the sign Bitcoin on them, which means he's holding Bitcoin. I don't know how he's going to get out that building, but good luck to him. And yeah, let's move on. Next up, crypto intelligence firm Into the Block has reported that the number of large transactions on the Cardano blockchain has increased by more than 50x just this year. Wow. Large transaction volume, or LTV, refers to aggregated volume from transactions denominated in ADA, valued at more than valued at more than $100,000, has 50x this year. Okay. Since the 1st of January, the large transaction volume has increased from 1.35 billion ADA per day, to 69 billion ADA per day, worth $81.4 billion, changing hands on Cardano just on Monday. That's a 51-fold increase in about 3 months and marks one of the highest volume levels since mid-2018, according to Into the Block. In a Tuesday tweet, the firm said that such high volumes indicate increasing institutional demand, and here's the tweet for it right here. Kind of cool. Very interesting to see the other smaller, not as popular blockchains now becoming larger and more popular and being more used. Same exact way that we keep getting news about Solana. And what's the other one? I don't remember the other. Anyway, the point is, yeah, there are a lot of altcoins who look like they are solidifying themselves in the cryptocurrency space as very big players. And I'll say it again. I keep saying, if your blockchain can do it, do it. If we keep seeing an immense amount of institutional interest in this space, and the same coins keep popping up over and over in the news, it appears that these are the coins that I don't know if, going to be picked up by the largest investment firms because, money. Yeah, that's the Cardano large. That's it. That actually is very significant if you think about that. And that's just over $100,000. Like, imagine the other transactions for $55,000, $45,000, even $18, $25 that are going on also more frequently. But to 50x all transactions valued at more than 100,000, that's a bit insane. Yeah, that's the Cardano news. And let's move on. Next up, On the Run will reportedly become Australia's largest brick and mortar retailer to accept digital assets as a means of payment. On the Run, or OTR, an Australian convenience store with international locations, will reportedly allow clients to pay for products in cryptocurrencies by partnering with the digital asset exchange known as Crypto.com. Okay, according to coverage by The Australian, On the Run will enable customers to pay for fuel, goods, and services and digital currencies in 170 company locations in South Australia. Not long ago, the convenience store stretched to operations in Victoria. However, it remains unknown whether those will also allow payments in crypto. Once the move is finalized in July, On the Run will become the largest brick and mortar retailer in Australia to accept digital currency as a means of payment. There's no other... Wait. Oh, wait, what? Anyway, it says Subway, and I assume that's Sandwich Subway. I guess they're also going to be accepting crypto as... Cool. So I'm not in Australia, and I don't know many people who are, but if you are, is OTR popular there? Do you like OTR? Do they have sandwiches? Are you happy that you can pay them in crypto now? The adoption news is constantly, there every single day. I wish more people got excited about it because, crypto's like actually taking over the entire world. But hopefully there's like a party when we get to that point. I don't know. Anyway, that's the Australian convenience store called On the Run. going to be accepting crypto. They don't say exactly which cryptocurrencies, but I give you a 100% chance to choose the top 2 coins that they're going to be accepting first, just because, out of logic. Alrighty. Let's move on. Next up, the Japanese crypto exchange known as BTC Box, has announced that it plans to list Dogecoin, a huge first for the token in Japan, considering the trading platform is registered with the Regulatory Financial Services Agency. In a tweet, BTC Box stated that it would be listing Doge before the end of April and would release further details soon. The firm added that Doge pairings would be offered as part of its easy trading offering. Back in the days before the FSA took over the policing of the Japanese exchange sector, exchanges were essentially 1,000% unregulated and were free to do all that they wanted to do on their platform. But in September 2017, the FSA began obliging exchanges to abide by strict compliance regulations, including a number of listing protocols, forcing offenders to suspend or close down their businesses. For those of you who were not here in summer 2017, Japan and South Korea, once again, they ruled the market. Not even joking. We saw the majority of crypto transactions were happening from that part of the world. And regulators seemed to be pretty much okay with it. There was no real problem going on until a cryptocurrency exchange in Japan allegedly was hacked, was thrown around, and someone took some of their coins, and regulators lost it the very next day. So everything had to go through them. There were only certain cryptocurrencies that could even be listed within the country. It was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bcash, Litecoin, and I think one other one. And then eventually XRP was added to that, as we heard before that the CEO, head person of one of the largest banks in Japan, is in love with XRP and is also a board member of Ripple. So that kind of makes sense how they got into the pool there. But then besides that, nothing else could be listed within the country. This is why we also had news about 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point that one crypto exchange in Japan also listed Cardano. And it didn't make much international news, but when you can only list 5 coins and then you're like, oh crap, there's a 6th one now, it's really significant. So Dogecoin is now the other coin that has been listed by BTC Box. I assume this means regulatorily the other crypto exchanges can do the exact same thing. It's just a matter of if they're going to actually do it. But yeah, good job. And it's hitting me very hard every single day. Dogecoin is becoming less and less of a meme coin as everyone adopts it. You want to hear something really weird? Really weird. I had a dream last night. Oh gosh, what was it? It was something so odd. I remember I was having a discussion with someone about paying for something, and they were like, well, you can only do that in Dogecoin. And I laughed, but they were like, no, everything is only denominated. Dogecoin was like $20 or $30 when I looked at their phone in the dream. Of course, I couldn't see it because it's a dream, it's kind of all blurry, but I could see it was between $20 and $30. And it was the weirdest dream in the entire world, but it felt really real. Anyway, well, we'll figure out that I'm psychic if at any point Dogecoin goes to $20 or $30 and is one country that only has Dogecoin. That would be the weirdest thing in the entire world, actually. Alrighty. That's the Dogecoin. BTC Box has been listing Dogecoin FSA 2017 news. And yeah, let's move on. And to finish things off in why the Indonesian government has decided to tax capital gains from crypto investments at 0.1% starting in May. Once again, Indonesia is going to tax crypto capital gains, but only at 0.1%. In addition, value-added tax, or VAT, of the same rate will be levied on crypto purchases. I feel like if you are so close to the number 0, just make it 0. The Indonesian Directorate General of Taxes, the Ministry of Finance, has set the income tax on capital gains from crypto investments and VAT on crypto purchases at 0.1%. Hetsu Yoga Saksama, also a very cool name, Director of Tax Regulations for the Ministry of Finance, told CNN Indonesia on Friday, he said, that's right, 0.1% and 0.1% VAT for crypto, all of which are final. And they go into effect on the 1st of May. I'm laughing because why? Wouldn't it simply make more sense? This is going to make people have to actually file paperwork to pay 0.1% tax on their crypto. You would get a lot more people going to your country if the tax rate was simply zero. You could even make, and now hear me out here, you could even make purchases with crypto, i.e., anything over $700, just so people can, buy their toenail polish or buy their bottle of water, whatever people are buying with crypto these days, with no taxes. But if you're buying like a Maserati, or if you're buying a house, make an additional, if you're paying with crypto, an additional 2 or 3% tax. Most people would not feel that. Most people don't. Here's the kicker right here. Most countries that have no income tax or zero tax rates tend to have higher tax rates for things that people buy. I.e., your income isn't taxed, but boy howdy, if you want to buy a house or want to buy some luxury goods, there's about a 24% tax on that. And that's just how 0.1% is like being like, oh gosh, I'm so hungry, I desperately need to eat something. And someone goes, here's an apple seed. I would rather you not give me the apple seed as opposed to an entire apple. Why are you handing me this little thing in your hand? The news is, so I guess this effectively means that Indonesia has regulated, officialated, not a word, cryptocurrency within their country. Why? 0.1%? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, what person was like, you know what? Should we just not tax it and have millions of people come to... No. We need that 0.1% tax. It's the only way that we're going to make it as an industry. 0.1, just make it zero. Just make it zero. I was this close to being like, I'll go to Indonesia. I don't mind a 4% tax on anything else over. Oh gosh, governments are special. That's these. Does this make sense to anyone? Oh, it doesn't? Okay, alrighty. Then let's move on. Like, what? I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, supporting, clicking, I don't know. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.